There was clearly a vision of what the library of the future would become. The Drinko Library and Information Center has become that library of the future.
We had listed about 5 really important things to do, and one of them was a new library, and another one was a major investment in information technology. So that those 2 things were high on our list.
And almost from the start, it was determined that it needed to be more than a library. It made sense for us to try to merge the computer operations and the technology of computers in with the library.
President Gilley and I, every Friday, would do road trips because people didn't understand this new concept. It was traditional libraries. When they thought of library, it was the traditional look, feel, and books. And changing that concept with the community was really critical.
Traditional librarians come from a very different culture than traditional IT people. And it's the merger of the cultures, not necessarily the merger of the services. The services make sense.
The fact that we combined the library with information technology, I think, was a very powerful concept. Here at Marshall, we've led the way in terms of how that can work and how it can work well.
The most amazing thing occurred with the library. It pushed the campus further and further to its extremes.
If you look at the building from the campus side, it's very modern, modernistic. It indicates the technology of the future, the interactiveness. If you go around to the west side of the building, you will see its similarities to Old Main, including the terracotta entrance of what was the Northcott building that stood on that site prior to the building of the Drinko Library.
In many respects, what we've created is consistent with the vision that John Drinko had for what a university should be and what it needs to become.
We as a campus owe a debt of gratitude to Dr. Drinko and to Libby Drinko and to their vision that we have this kind of an opportunity for our students.
You can look up every single book that they have in the library just online. You can just open it up and actually read it there, or you can reserve the book and make sure that they have it, and then you can go there even the next day and pick it up and they'll have it for you.
You have a center there that is kind of a one-stop shop for people. They come to get answers about problems with research items. They come to get answers about, I want to create this multimedia presentation, and I want to spice things up a little bit. How do I use the computer? How do I use other technical infrastructure?
The building is always packed, any hour of the day or night.
It's really the place on campus that I go when I need to get information.
What a place to walk through. You walk through and people are learning. If you look at the screens, every screen is different. They're working on all different projects. That could be an English project, that could be poetry, it could be a math visualization going on, it could be some engineering piece. You feel people learning.
This is an engine that's going to drive the learning process at Marshall University into the next century.
It has a very large footprint.
I think what we're about to see now is launching out as we move into our next 10 years.
That extreme of having the unknown coming up within 10 years, as opposed to a time when people still want books, that we have to meet the extremes of both.
As we look to the future, lots of opportunities exist for us to create these highly personalized and individualized learning experiences for students.
As we think about the future of our library, we're thinking about information commons and discovery commons and how to create spaces where students can work the way students these days work in libraries. That's the vision for the future, and it's a good vision.